If a teacher walked into a class with a prosthesis, a fake penis, down his leg, down to his ankles, he would last, I predict, 2 seconds before he'd be turfed. But in the Halton School Board, just outside of Toronto, there is a person who is wearing, admittedly, gigantic breasts, gigantic nipples through it, and the school board is saying that is their right. Howard Levitt deals with rights and privileges, and he joins you right now because I want to put the question to you: how has this insanity gone, so far? How are we still living with it?
There's bomb threats at the school. It's beyond insanity.
The teachers and parents are furious.
Up in arms.
Yes, and they should be.
What does the school board say? There's nothing we can do about it because of the Human Rights Code. That's absolute crap.
You're an expert on this, so tell me.
I am an expert on this.
Yes, and so they have lawyers in Halton, and they have, quote, experts. What's going on there?
I'm told they're not asking advice of their external law firm, so the external law firm is telling me on this subject.
Right.
They're not listening. They're not taking the advice. That's my understanding.
And why would that be? That means that they want to do something with this person.
They want to do this. And the reality is, every school board has an obligation to make sure their teachers are role models, and every employer has the right, at least, to enforce a dress code. And they have a right to say you can't dress this way, an absolute right. The Human Rights Tribunal would throw the case out in a heartbeat if she or he ever made a claim like that.
Yeah, they say, well, as a trans person, we have to respect that right, but this has nothing to do with being trans.
Right. No.
I mean, so if there was a teller in a bank who had to stand back this far from the bank machine just to do the work, again, that person would last 2 minutes.
If they're trans, they can dress like a woman and dress in the uniform of a woman. That's fine.
Yes.
And that's their legal right. They don't have the right to dress garishly in front of shop students who are laughing and taking great hilarity at all of this.
Oh, yes, but then the school board said, you students, you are no longer allowed to take pictures of this person because you're mocking them. I mean, mocking has a purpose in society. And sometimes it's very cruel, Howard, as you know.
Well-fitting here.
But it is well-fitting here. So again, within society, have we just gone to such an extreme that we allow ridiculous situations like this?
And they're being ridiculed by everyone. Editorials around the world.
Yes.
And they're still doing it because they're so woke and proud of it. That's really what's going on here. The school board.
Halton is not like, downtown Manhattan. Halton is essentially a rural community.
Yes.
Don't those people have to get turfed in an election?
They will.
The trustees?
They will. They got to wait till the election, though.
So we have 2.5 more years of this. Howard Levitt, I'm grateful for your expertise and your observations. Thanks very much. 3 minutes. You have just heard another discussion that would not be allowed on the Trudeau-funded state media. Not just the CBC, but all the other media that gets hundreds of millions of dollars from the government. So if you want a discussion of ideas, stick with us. Please subscribe. And if you can, PayPal, because we need a little bit of dollars to keep this going. Thank you.